What is up, YouTube? Welcome back with a very, very special video tonight that I got for you guys here. This one is going to be on my latest coin purchase and a completion of my proof set. For those of you that have been watching my videos for a little bit of time, know that I've been working on this 20th century proof set, proof type set for almost 2 years now. And it has been one heck of a ride to accomplish. I have learned a tremendous deal, come to a complete new appreciation for these coins, and man, it just feels so doggone good to be complete with what I wanted. And for those of you that have not seen it, I highly encourage to go back and check out starting with part 1, and you can see some of my video footage gets a little better as I didn't have the best of lighting at that time, but nonetheless, I started with the cents and then worked my way through the different denominations and eventually added coins as such, with this final guy here as the completer. So I don't even think that's a word, but anyways, yeah, it's this is a 1905. It is a Barber quarter. It is proof 63 by PCGS. As you guys can see, it also received the CAC, and it is toned like you wouldn't believe it. Look at that rim tone bullseye on this bad boy here. Super reflective fields, nice frosty devices, and just an all-around gorgeous coin. This little marks you see right there on the right of the field, in the field, is actually from the coin slab itself. Those are not on the coin at all. This is specifically on the slab, but anyway, such a beautiful coin here. Here's a reverse for you guys, just as impressive. And I think I mentioned in my first Barber, when I talked about the dime and or the $50 on this proof set, that it was a series I wasn't really a big fan of in the beginning, but I've learned a lot about it. I learned a lot about Charles Barber himself and his coinage, and yeah, there's like a little mini cult on the Barber collectors out there, and this thing is just dope, man. Really cool. So I've have a new appreciation for him. Especially, you know, one thing about Barbers is that they can tone incredibly. A lot of them were stored in albums, you know, people put together sets and stuff like that. And the mint state coins, as well as, or your business strike, if you would, as well as the proof coins, can really tone cool. And this is one of them. This is one of them, guys. This obverse is just insane. This was a heritage auction win. I saw it, and it was about a 30-day or so auction, and I was monitoring it the entire time, and I was like, you know what, there's no way I'm gonna let this thing go. So I've been waiting for a Barber for a while that's affordable, one that was toned. If I couldn't get a cam Barber quarter, because my half, which I'll go by and just a quick scroll overview after this, is not a cameo. It is just a toner, and my dime is an actual cameo. So I was gonna go for a cameo or a toner on this bad boy, but they're just quite expensive, and I was waiting for a good price on one of either of the two, and this came up. So now, with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the hole and let you guys watch me do that there, nice and slow. And that, folks, fills in my hole of my 20th century proof set, y'all. Check that out. You are looking at number 11 on the registry set for the 20th century type proof, no gold, PCGS. My goal originally when I started out, it all came from the 1942, sorry about the light there, y'all, but there we go, the 1942 set, and that's a really cool proof set to put together, guys. If you are thinking of doing a 20th century proof set with not all the different coins, start with the 42. It's got the type 2 nickel, it's got some other good classics in there, and they're all pretty affordable comparative to the 36 and all the way to 1945. Those are the cheapest of them, because it was the last year issue before World War II. So to qualify as a 20th century proof set, it needs to be minted anywhere between 1900 and 1999. Technically, the 20th century didn't really start until the 1901, they say, but they do accept on these registry sets as 1900. I don't have any 1900 coins. I made sure I didn't want to have to live with that, so I ended up getting all mine as 1901 or after. if you would. But we'll go through and just give you a quick little scroll. You know, the 20th century proof set is a lot of you guys, including myself and including the coinage right now, grew up with. You know, you guys had those Indian head cents in your pocket, some of you guys out there, and you know, so it's just such, and some of these are just such classic designs, in my opinion. And the only two coins that I was kind of bummed did not mint actual proof is the Standing Liberty Quarter and the man, that light is just killing this penny. Is the Standing Liberty Quarter and the proof dollar, or piece dollar. There is some interesting 22 piece dollar proofs they believe out there that are just way above my budget. It's not really one that's I'm considering on this set for most collectors. Actually, it's not even in the registry at all. And I wanted to do this set with either the silver versions of the coins that are silver, not the clad, unless that was the only option for it, like an Ike dollar or Susan B. Anthony dollar. But I wanted to do the ones non-clad silver version and only major type designs. So there's a couple of other Lincoln cents, like, you know, a matte proof, and there's other different proofs with different compositions of metal and stuff, but I wasn't going for that in this set here. I was going for the major type design. So Wheatie reverse and a Lincoln Memorial reverse, as you guys can see here, are my 2 cents. And then obviously the Indian head one that I just showed you here. But yeah, that was kind of my goal. And it's really cool because on the registry set, like I mentioned, I'm the only guy on the top 20, which is the front page, and that in and of itself is kind of a feat to make, PC Justice registry. But I'm the only guy that's in the 60th percent of completion on this set, out of 100%, obviously. And so the reason I'm not 100% is because I don't have the rest of the clad versions, as I mentioned, and or the matte proofs of the Buffalo and Wheat penny. So that's pretty impressive because a lot of guys, everybody on that front page is, you know, well into the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 100% complete. And so that says that, what basically that says is that my coins here are pretty dang nice to be able to, you know, make it into a high rate with not even full completion to their standards per se. But again, I did not want the clad version. I only wanted the silver version. Or if the only option was a clad version, then I went with that. And again, I did not get the different composition design. So that is that. But man, it feels so good to get this set together. I really encourage you guys to not only look into registry sets, but also to start thinking about trying to put something together. You know, it's easy to get unfocused and be all over the place on your collecting, and that's okay. You know, that's totally okay if that's what you're looking for. But me personally, when you have an ability to work towards something and you accomplish it and finish the goal off, it's very satisfying. Very, very satisfying. This is my second, I would say, big set. I've completed a couple other ones. I would conclude a Morgan dollar date, and I've also completed a Lincoln cent circulated set that I inherited a lot of the coins from when I was younger. But this one is my favorite. This is definitely my favorite. So yeah, that barber dime, nice and cameoed. Get a better view here for you guys. Got another barber I've just kind of fallen in love. And if you guys want better, you know, longer version of looking at the coins here and or more description of them, kind of the history of them, go ahead and check a look at each of the individual listings that I have for those down in my videos. So here's a proof Merc dime, another classic. I mean, so many classics, you name it. And the Rosie dimes, which we still have in our pockets today. You know, just so many good designs in the 20th century. There goes that proof quarter that I just showed you guys. Super reflective. Here's the 42 quarter, another epic coin. Here's a 76, another major design difference. The reverse, as you guys know, is a bicentennial. Moving down to probably my favorite denomination, another barber. I really love the choice of barbers that I have. You guys can see this one. I've showed this one before. This one has incredible bullseye toning as well. Just an awesome coin. Another very, very nice coin here with some excellent toning. And the reverse. Just a fantastic coin. This is one of my favorites too. Like I said, Barber series, man. That series has really grown on me. Some of you guys' probably favorites is the Walking Liberty. Love that coin also. Another classic. Whoa, that thing is super black and white. Look at that. 67 cameo type 2. Franklins, when you get them in cameo like that, are just very eye-catching. The black and white contrast between the field and the vices is very noticeable as opposed to other coins. The iconic Kennedy. This is the, oops, there's a hair right there. This is the bicentennial year as well. That's 1976. And you see I did the silver version, so no clad, unless it's the only option, as I said a few times here now during this video that I was working on, and that was my goal. This is a beautiful, beautiful coin, 1997 silver version, and a proof 70 decam. Flawless, absolutely flawless coin. Great coin right there. Moving down to probably everyone's eye catcher here, the 1904 Morgan. This one was, I still love this coin. This was I picked this up last year from David Lawrence Coins, and it is a stunner. Any proof Morgan is always very impressive, no matter the grade, I would say. But I mean, these things are just incredible, guys. There's a reverse, so well struck, as all proofs are. You know, the way the proof coins are designed, they prepare the dies specifically. They don't use them all that long. They heavily polish them to have these reflective fields. As you guys notice, they strike them very slowly with a lot of pressure as well to fully get an excellent strike, if you would. You know, that way it seeps into that metal die and really raises off the planchet here, and represents exactly what the artist was intending to show in the beginning. So I fall in love with proofs. I absolutely love them. I think they're some of the coolest coins there are. And then here is the Ikes. Big Ike dollars always are cool. That's the 1972, and then I do have the 76 as well, which is a bicentennial year. And then lastly, but sure as heck to not least, is Susan B. Anthony, another proof 70 decam. It's got a little golden hue tone as well. It's pretty cool. So that is it, guys. That is my 20th century proof typeset. Where do I go from here? That's a good question, you know. I don't believe I'll be adding the clad coins in. Maybe one day I may, but again, this is my completion of what I was aiming to do, and it is, I am very happy with where I'm at right now for it. So I think what I may end up trying to do here in the future is adding a few 19th century proof coinage. Specifically, I'm looking at like a seated Liberty half, maybe a shield nickel, a 2-cent piece proof, and a couple others as well. But the 19th century proofs can get very expensive, and so yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to do a whole typeset as I did for the 20th century, which is okay. Again, some of I would say the majority of my all-time favorite coins are in the 20th century. You know, from the Morgan dollar, the Walking Liberty, and where are you at here? The Buffalo nickel, and then the Lincoln cent. Those are you know, those are my top 4 out of my top 5 right there. So I don't know, you know, it doesn't bother me all that much. I can't, and nor will I ever be able to obtain the 19th century proof, and that's okay, all of them. But I would like to own a couple of them, and I'll probably end up saving up here throughout my life and picking up a few. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, if you want more information on each individual coin, go back to the different videos that I have listed in my videos. Take a look, and I talk a lot more about the history and give a little bit more longer view of each of them, as well as the reverses of the coin. So thanks again, guys. If you learned something new, go ahead and comment down, and if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. Till next time, Silver Surfer out.